Dave, you work with lots of different leaders, especially Christian leaders. But I think the same question I'm going to ask would be true for Christian leaders as well as individuals who are CEOs or managers or whatever it may be. What are the three biggest mistakes that you see of leaders make when it comes to their own personal leadership?
Mm-hmm. Um, the first thing that comes to mind is I've encountered way too many leaders who are ego driven. Um, the fact that leadership itself innately implies that you're leading someone or some group of people to try to achieve something or accomplish something or go somewhere. If the leader leads out of his or her own, well, I'm in charge here and I'm the one who needs to come up with all this stuff. First of all, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself.
Yeah.
But secondly, what if the answers are within the people you're leading?
Mhm.
What if the solutions are there? So the ego, I think, is probably the first and biggest problem I've seen, not just executives, but also pastors
Mhm.
who have just come up with the idea somewhere along the way that everything must come and go through them. And I don't think that's a healthy way to lead at all. Um, which kind of leads into a second problem of the inability to ask the questions that need to be asked of the people you're leading. Uh, Maybe not so much a 360 kind of review or something along those lines, but I'm thinking of uh, if you're not communicating with your people,
Yeah.
uh, then what do you expect?
Right.
What is it you're looking for? If you're not only communicating with your people but letting your people communicate with you, I think that's a very key and critical issue in leadership today. uh, a lot of the things that you see that don't go well usually are the result of a lack of communication. And quite frankly, I think sometimes the ego also causes us to become so full of ourselves that we lose our compassion.
Mm.
uh, I think that a driver for today's work, um, in the office or in the church or wherever it is, I think if we're not driven by passion, where we sense that what we're doing matters, that it's important, and if we don't portray that not just to our people but even in public as we talk about the things that we do, uh, I think that's a critical mistake that is being made for people not to feel good about what they're doing, share what it is that they're doing, and be so full of themselves that it just doesn't matter what anyone thinks anyway. And uh, maybe that's why leadership can be so lonely sometimes.
Sure. Sure. I get that.